Hey Disney family, welcome to another episode of For the Love of the Mouse. I'm Crystal, and today we're going to talk about our must-pack essentials for our upcoming trip. Now that summer is coming to Walt Disney World, that can only mean a few things. It's going to be really hot and it's going to be really humid, and you're probably going to get rained on. So we have a little bit of a different packing style for this time of year as opposed to the winter months when I think we actually typically go a lot more in the cooler months. We're from Colorado and we don't do that well in humidity. But we definitely are excited for this trip, and we have packed a few extra things to make sure that we have just as much fun on this trip and that we are well hydrated and well cared for in the weather elements that are occurring. So must pack for this trip or any trip in the summer months to Disney are ponchos. I highly recommend not buying ponchos on Disney property because they're going to charge you an arm and a leg and they're just gonna get soaked. So be sure to plan ahead, order some on Amazon Prime, stop by Walmart, stop by a gas station. You can usually pick them up for about $1. It doesn't really take up that much room in your suitcase. So just pack one before you head out and make sure you keep them in your backpack for everybody in your party. Second of all, I always pack water, and I know that this is kind of you either do it or you don't do it, but we drink so much water. I drink 4 giant bottles of water at least a day in Disney. Usually it's more like 6 or 7. So I pack 3-liter bottles of water in my bag every day in my backpack, and I lug it around Disney because the little cups of water you get at the kiosks and at the quick service, they just don't cut it for me. So I have to be sure to have a lot of water. So that's why I do it. So if you're a hydrator, I would definitely recommend doing that. Water at Disney is like $5. So you don't want to spend your money getting water at the quick service stands or at the restaurants. So just be sure to take it with you if you're going to be drinking a lot of water, which I highly recommend, especially in the summer months. Next up, a memory card, actually multiple memory cards, because we are going to be vlogging from the parks. We're really excited about this. I know we've mentioned it in a couple of videos, but I did try to vlog in the parks when I went on the trip with my mom. It didn't go over very well, mostly because I videoed a lot of myself, but it was a learning experience and we're really excited to try it out on this upcoming trip and to do a better job and to bring more of our trip experience to you. Next up is an essential anytime you're going to Florida. Be sure you pack sunscreen. Be sure to put it on before you head to the parks, and then be sure you're reapplying throughout the day, especially if it rains, especially if it's going to be really hot and humid, you're going to sweat it off. So be sure to pack that sunscreen to protect your skin. This one's kind of strange, but we are from Colorado, like we've mentioned several times, and here in Colorado, a 30% humidity day is a lot of humidity for us. So we are not used to that humid climate. So we're actually going to be taking changes of shirts to Disney, and I'm just going to pack them in the backpack, and they'll probably just be extra tank tops, extra dry fits. We have a lot of really cute shirts that we're excited to wear in the parks, but because of how hot it's going to be and because of all of the humidity, I'm just being realistic and packing some extra shirts for us just in case it gets a little too hot for us and we just get really uncomfortable. And then we can change into some fresh shirts without having to leave the property and come back. Next up is a fuel rod. We love fuel rods. You can get them at all the parks, at a lot of the guest services places. You can get them at some of the resorts. You can even get them at the Orlando International Airport now. This allows you to charge your phone or your devices while you're on property without having to plug it in. So you just attach it to whatever you're trying to charge and you can walk around the parks, throw it in your bag and forget about it until it's charged. Next, when you're done with it, turn it in and get a new one. It's awesome. Of course, you're not going to want to forget your Magic Band, so make sure you have that on you at all times whenever you are on Disney property, because most of you know that's your key to the happiness all throughout Walt Disney World. Last couple things, hand sanitizer. I always like to carry hand sanitizer with me. I know that Disney is incredibly great about keeping their parks really clean, but I like to be extra cautious. So I always carry a little bottle of hand sanitizer with me in my bag at all times. And of course, last but not least, sunglasses. It's gonna be hot and it's gonna be humid there. So we wanna be sure to protect our eyes. So we're always going to have our sunglasses with us in the bags or on our heads while we're in Disney World so that we can be sure to see everything without the sun getting in the way. So that's it for this post. I hope this was helpful to help you plan for your summer trip to Walt Disney World. Be sure to subscribe below and hit that bell button so that you are notified every time that we post a video. Let us know in the comments what your must-pack items are, and also let us know what you'd love to see videos from us on in the future. Thank you for stopping by, and for the love of the mouse, never forget that it all started with a mouse.